Good news from our channel sponsors, thefogofwargames.co.uk. They are offering all of our channel subscribers 10% discount on top of their already discounted products, with free delivery on all orders over £35. Just head over to the website and enter The Ministry into the discount box on checkout to get your extra discount and support the channel at the same time. Hello and welcome to the Ministry of Miniatures, and today we start our Chain of Command 2 campaign. It's a qualified success. We are in Sicily. Olaf has his horde of Italians and I've got the British with Leigh. We will be using the patrons as named characters throughout, but we'll come to that in a bit. But we're going to quickly do an intro around playing a campaign. Okay, so before we look at the battlefield, Leigh is going to take us through the campaign.
So, first thing in the campaign is that we track over the campaign the leader's outlook, which in this case for both our forces is not necessarily the platoon commander but the more senior commander, how he feels. So for the British, he's going to start off as cheerful. The men's opinion, which is how the men are feeling about the commander, and for the British he's going to start off as +1, and that will go up and down depending on the level of casualties that get taken. If a unit takes heavy casualties, that's going to really affect the men's faith in the officer. And as that goes up and down, if it goes high enough or falls low enough, that can start to affect the overall force morale. And finally, we attract the CO's opinion. So that's your battalion commander's kind of view of the whole thing. Again, if you keep on retreating or keep losing, his opinion is going to go down. If you're successful, it's going to go up. And if his opinion gets high enough, you might get more support points. If it falls low enough, he might decide that it's not worth reinforcing you. He's going to reinforce where they're doing well, and you might lose support points. The other thing about a campaign, of course, is that the casualties are going to carry from game to game, although there will be some recovery between games. So unlike a normal Chain of Command game where you might want to play it right till the last minute, can I grab that last objective and win the game? Sometimes it's worth saying, I've hit heavy casualties on them, I'm in a bad position now, I'm going to pull out and we're going to end this game. So some of these games might be a little bit shorter, and that's just a little bit of a mindset switch that you need to take, that sometimes it's worth just doing a little bit and then getting out to fight again the next day, with the overall aim, of course, that you want to win the campaign, not the individual battles necessarily.
Very good. And with that in mind as well, it's also about looking after the characters as well, isn't it? Because once they're dead, they're dead, aren't they? So
yeah, you do get your NCO replacements, but they will come in. There'll be men promoted from the ranks usually. Sometimes you might get someone transferred from another platoon, but they'll often, to start with, be a lower command rating, have less orders until they get settled into the unit and the men accept them.
Excellent. And we've allocated every single patron has a character in the game. So if you're not in this game, you'll be in a future game, because we have different units.
Different platoons that we can switch in and out throughout the campaign. So you're all in there somewhere. You might not turn up in game 1 or game 2, but you might turn up in game 3. And hopefully you will have a successful campaign and be able to toast victory come the end and not die.
Brilliant. So let's have a look at the table. Okay, so here we are. This is our first battle, which is kind of a prelim battle, isn't it?
It's a prelim battle, yeah. We'll do that. We'll do that first.
Yeah, we might as well.
Okay, so this is slightly different to normal campaigns. We have a little pre-game scenario here, which is the surprise at Villa del Marchese. And it's the members of the 1st Battalion, the Parachute Regiment, having missed their drop zones in the chaotic airborne support assaults, and members of the Italian Napoli division equipped to counterattack these unexpected guests. So this is just a little bit of a pre-game, and this will set up and influence some of the things that happen later in the campaign. So we've got clearly right at the middle, we've got the Villa Marchese, surrounded by high walls that are going to take a whole phase to go over it. But there is a little kind of stile that you can climb on. There's a couple of gates in there, and there's ways through the stables and things to get in and out, so it's not totally secure, but it could be a good rallying point. Opposite the villa is its vineyards, which are going to count as orchards for visibility, and it will be rough ground, so you're going to lose a pit per dice moving against the orchards, and nothing if you're against the vineyards, nothing if you're moving parallel to it. Okay. We've then got a few bits of rocky ground, which if you're on the template, that will give you hard cover, and you'll lose a pit per dice. Over here we've got probably what's going to be a light woods. So again, it'll give us a soft cover, it's not going to affect movement, and visibility will be like an orchard. So you can see up to 6 inches in. If you're inside it, you can see up to, I think it's 18 inches, but I doubt that'll happen. And then a few more scattered trees, fence, and a bit more rocky ground out there. So fairly open Sicily terrain, but with a couple of good little defensive positions potentially.
Very good.
Yellows have to place 2 objectives. So we've got one is the gates to the villa. Clearly, if you hold the gates, it's going to make secure in the villa. And somewhere in among the early landings, there's been a jeep that's been knocked out, which clearly has got some key supplies we need to grab hold of as well. So those are our 2 objectives. So now it is time for the patrol phase, doesn't it? Although we've got 3 along that table edge. The long table edge. And then the other group of 3 along this short table edge. And they don't have to be within 12 of each other, but within those groups of 3.
These 3 need to be, and these 3 need to be within 12 of each other,
yes.
But not
within each other, no. So you could have one lot all push up around here and the other one push up over there. Again, think about where you're going to want to deploy, and you want to get in front of that deployment point. So when you're pushed back.
The only reason I did this is so that they're distinguishable.
Yeah. Okay, let's dice for force morale then. That's the first thing we should do. So British have rolled a 2 and are starting on a force morale of 9. And the Italians have been a bit disturbed by the British landings, are also starting on a 9. And in this scenario, flank attack scenario, I've just lost the attacker begins the patrol phase. So you to move 1 first, Olaf. Each other, yeah.
Okay, so we've just effectively finished the patrol phase. Olaf did quite well and locked the 2 British on the outside, and then he had free rein to get in position. So he's going to have a jump off point probably within the orchards there in the vineyard, and then he's managed to get round on this side as well. So now we do our jump off points.
We do indeed.
So who goes first? Is it the Italians?
The attacker, yeah, unless it says otherwise, it's usually the same order as phase. So you place 1 of your 3 jump off points, Olaf.
Okay, so we've just finished with the jump off points. Olaf's managed to get 1 in the orchard here, so he's got a bit of light cover. He's got another one here in the vineyard, so again he's got some cover there. And then his 3rd one is over on the road here, but as we've discussed, it's not his board edge, so we can't bring vehicles on. We are pretty much been pinned back to having 1 behind cover here.
1 just by the storehouse and 1 right by the villa itself.
Yes, we do have high walls to defend, which is good, but not so good for shooting.
No.
But there we go. So on to the next stage. Okay, so we are all set. Olaf, where did you say your vehicles are going to come? This road here is for his vehicle straight up into the action. He's all set.
You've got shiny new dice.
Yes.
Let's hope they work.
So let's see what Olaf rolls for his first turn.
You 4, so you've got 2 chain of command points. I didn't say that you can't select any mortars, but I don't think you probably have. And we can select delayed armoured support, but that means I can't turn up till turn 2, and because there's 2 points left, we don't really have enough chain command support points to even consider that.
Nope.
So, do you want to talk through the force?
Yes. Okay, so we're going to keep the forces secret because
it's time for the campaign. So, as you wouldn't know in the campaign, you don't know whether your opponent's going to turn up with tanks or anti-tank guns or what until
just ignore
the
British there. But Olaf is first, and we're going to see what he's got and what he's going to bring on. So, 2 chain command points to start with. Senior leader. And 2 2s. Let's see what he's going to do. Okay, so with one of his 2s, you're bringing on a section.
Yep.
And they've got machine guns, have they? Is it 2?
Yeah, the Breda LMGs.
Very
So
nice.
it's the machine gun section of the bigger Italian squadras.
There we go. Olaf's deployment is within 6 inches of the jump off point, so one of the teams is in hard cover and Strutz himself is there with them. So that's your first. But you do have a second 2 as well if you want to bring some more in.
I do. Fucilieri.
So Gruppo di Fucilieri, led by Jensen, has come on into the vineyard. They've got some cover there, but they are pushing towards the British. And on that note, it's over to the British.
Red dice, so that'll be the first bit of support points we've spent. And we've got 3 5s.
Oh.
Give us 3 points of chain of command.
And a double.
Double 6s, so Olaf will get a chain of points of chain of command. And a 2 on the red dice, which at least we can do something with.
So first up on the 2, the only one we've got for now is Lucky Ralph. So we put the Bren gun in there with the British Airborne, who've also got a marksman. But some of them, they're in hull cover at the moment, but some of them are going to go on the back there, and I guess we're going to do some shooting.
We are indeed.
Because we've got some Italians, half in the open, half in high cover, so we need to get some
We've got 6 for the Bren and the 2 rifles that can draw a line. We can choose that we fire at you all, or we can pick on the one there. Saying that about stuff, I don't know whether you saw there was some conversation on the comments about the last video about target priorities.
No, I didn't.
And we got that wrong. So let's just grab some characters for a minute. So if Grizzly was the Piat team we had, and then we had our rifle team and our Bren team.
Yeah.
Now, so one thing they said was that the first hit always has to go on the team that you targeted.
Yep.
That is wrong. That's not the case. The defender or the attacker, depending on whether in the open or the cover, always should. So although you target Grizzly, we could still take only our hits on Misfit. However, for bunch targets, it is important you target the team. So if you'd wanted to fire at the Piat, which if you remember was on the side, only the rifles were within 4. It's not on the section, it's teams. So you could have picked on the Piat, but then only Murphy, which was the rifle team, was within 4. So it wasn't a bunch target, but you could have made sure some of the hits went on the Piat. Or you could have picked on the rifle team in the middle, which would have meant both the Bren team and the Piat team were eligible, and you'd have got a bunch target, but we could have then spread it over the 3. So it's important you can pick on one end of the line if you want to, but then you don't get the bunch targets. It's just something to bear in mind. We didn't quite get right last time. We have a marksman in there, Olaf.
Okay.
Marksman, it's a 1-point support option upgrade, and what it basically means is that you -1 off your dice when rolling for officer hits. So if we only hit one guy, it's a 1 or a 2 to hit the officer, because he's better trained, but he's not a full-blown sniper.
Yeah.
And we've managed a mighty 1 hit. This will teach me to leave my dice at the club.
6. Ooh.
It's a kill, so see if it's a leader. And as we said, it's marksman, double the chance. No. But it is a dead Italian already.
And it is a campaign, so we need to keep a track of that.
Yeah.
And then we've got seconds.
And we can go again.
Nice.
Oh, and we got absolutely loads we can do. Apart from bring our sniper on, pretty much everything. Okay, so what we've done is we've deployed Murphy, has led a group of paras into the top of the villa, one looking out the window here and one looking out the window here, which this window has got line of sight down there. This window, unfortunately, its line of sight basically ends here, so over that way.
So that 45 degrees is just out.
Wheelie has brought a rifle section down here, so we've got the Brenners deployed at the gates with the riflemen hanging back a little bit further, and so they're going to put some fire down there as well. And finally, Lucky Ralph is going to use the fact that British para NCOs are superior junior leaders to activate on a 4 to give him 3 command initiatives, which is going to allow us to spend 2 to do concentrated fire with the Bren, getting Storm of Steel on it, and still fire the extra 2 riflemen in, which will be useful because that's an extra couple of dice, and it also means the marksman then counts as firing as well.
Very good. So 6 shots with the Bren for Storm of Steel.
Which I've rolled 3 6s.
Oh.
So that's another 3 dice for the Bren already. That's another hit, so it's 4 hits from the Bren, and the 2 riflemen put in another hit. So 5 hits altogether, and again, concentration on those guys who haven't quite managed to get into the rocks. Oh dear. 1 shot and 2 kills.
Is it a leader?
And is it poor old Kniepspiel? Is he going to make it to game 1 of the campaign, and that's going to be his high point? Oh, Stutz, sorry. Stutz. So it's 2 casualties, so normally it would be a 1 or a 2 the leader's hit, but because of the marksman it would be a 1, 2 or a 3 the leader is hit.
Just 1 dice.
Oh, 1 dice. Okay, well, sorry, re-roll that one.
It is. So it's 2 dead, and Stutz has got hit. What happens to him? Sorry, 1 dead, because it was 2 dead, wasn't there? So one of them is an Italian Fucilieri, and Stutz, on 1 dice, has been wounded. Force morale for a junior leader wounded.
Put the red band on him just to say he's wounded.
And 1 dice for force morale. On a 2, junior leader wounded or stunned has no effect on the force morale.
Oh, that's good.
They don't even know he's there.
I think it's
So Murphy's going to do concentrated fire with the Bren up in there, which is 6 shots.
6 shots, but
concentrated.
Storm of Steel because they're
Yes.
concentrating their fire.
How far is he? Might be out, so that might be nothing.
He is over 18, so 5s.
Yeah, that's nothing.
No hits at all.
Okay, then Wheelie's troops by the door with a Bren gun, concentrated fire. 2 5s.
So 2 hits, you are in soft cover. So 4 or 5 shots, 6 is kills.
1 and 3 is nothing.
Okay, back to the Italians. What can Olaf do here? So 6 is nothing. You've got senior leader.
They're not doing anything.
A 1, 2, and a 3.
That's just a Gruppo Esploratori that's been deployed with the jump off point.
Into the light woods.
Very good.
And they should
Coming round our
theoretically be
rear,
able
so that's very good for the
And
Italians.
They can deploy tactically, so they may as well, mightn't they?
Why not? Then I brought my Fiat L521 with twin machine guns onto the table on the road to start threatening.
Going to open fire, is it?
Absolutely.
Go on then. So I should think that's over 18, so it's long range. 6 dice for a vehicle machine gun with an extra 2 for being a twin vehicle machine gun. Hitting on 5s or 6s.
3 6s.
3 hits.
Okay, so slightly differently, well actually it's not going to matter because we've only got, if it was more than 3 hits we'd have to dice for them 1 at a time because the hits go on the guys in the open first,
Yep.
and then if they're all killed then we start rolling against the guys in hard cover. As there's only 3 guys in the open, even if I roll all 6s it's no hits, so but they are in the open, so it's 3 or 4, or are they all in the open? Far around. So the first one is a shock, the next one is a kill for one of the guys in the open, and the next one is nothing. No, it's not. And obviously, it is the guy in the open that goes down.
Repeat with
Wiring, because that's the number that can see, but not in each other's way, and can see out of the vineyard. And that's going to be over 18 as well, so 5s or 6s.
Oh, your new dice are rolling well, aren't they? 3 hits.
3 hits. And I think from there, so there's a point of shock, and nothing.
Okay, so the paras in the open there are getting some pins on them, so some shock. Let's see what the British have this turn. So, a fair amount we can do.
Okay, so Lucky Ralph is going to activate on a 4 as a superior junior leader with 3 command initiatives, and he's going to use those 3 command initiatives to remove all 3 points of shock. And then we're going to activate the section on a 2 to keep firing at those guys in the open.
Yeah.
Then Wheelie's section is going to activate on a 2. The riflemen are not actually going to do anything, but the Bren team is going to put suppressive fire down onto that bit of the orchard there, or the vineyard rather, to reduce the fire that's coming back. Murphy is going to activate on a 4 as well as a superior junior leader. He's going to spend 1 command initiative to put those guys at the up window here on Overwatch, and then he's going to use 2 to get the Bren up here to put concentrated fire against Kniechbill's section in the vineyard.
Very good. And lastly, there's the sniper, isn't there?
Deployed here, and he can fire from any point within 3 inches, so he'll be able to pop us around, see if we can start getting those scout team to get their head down.
Very good. So Lucky Ralph first.
It was long range, wasn't it? So it was only 1 hit this time. On a 3, point of shock, because he's still in the open, puts him up to 2. Concentrated fire against Jensen. Is it Jensen? I keep saying it's Kniechbill,
Yeah.
it's not, is it?
Jensen here.
So
That's 6 shots.
you've got Storm of Steel this time, still 5s or 6s. Well, that'll do. 3 hits so far with 2 6s. Or the 5. No, just 3 hits on Jensen in the orchards. Or the vineyard, keep on the orchards. So soft cover, so 4 or 5 shock.
2 shocks.
2 points of shock. And then finally, just in the sniper, hitting on a 3 or more.
And that's over there firing.
No.
Yeah, on a 3 or more. Get a
Been
4.
hit. So they're in soft cover, but they're tactical. But that makes no difference against a sniper. He counts in the open.
5.
So it's
1 dead. Okay, so that's the British done. Over to the Italians. Oh, 2 more chain of command
Oh, I like
points.
that.
And 2 senior leaders.
Yeah, that might be an.
I think
Bear in mind, you can say tactically on 2 as a scout section.
So is that using 2 chain of command
One
points?
chain of command.
One chain of command.
One to do the move, it's 3 to do the deployment.
Yeah.
Often
okay.
in the book, it's 2 for Soviets and Americans who had slightly better scout section, but the Italians, they did have a scout doctrine, so we've given it to them, but on a 3 chain of command points, so not quite as good as the Soviets and Americans who did it left, right, and centre.
But you can use a point to move.
Point to do a recce action.
I am going to do a point, and I think in an ideal world I want to get as close to that
Corner as you want. Okay, so they're scout section, so they can move 2d6 and stay tactical.
7.
7 inches, so the lead man gets to there, and the rear man gets to there, and the rest are staggered in between, but they are still tactical as they creep on. Hopefully what I'm about to do.
So that was the Italians.
A very short phase, so we need a good set of rolls now.
Double phase would be good.
Oh, we've got a double phase.
Oh, called it. The
6
is
does
very
nothing. 2 points of chain of command.
And the sniper, or a medic.
Or a medic, or a team. Double phase, so did you take your extra point of chain of command back, Olaf?
So because we've got double
Well,
phase,
you
get a
spent
point.
one, didn't you,
Yes.
for that, but then you've got one back for the double phase.
Yeah.
So we've only got one that we can actually spend, but what we're going to do is this rifle team with Wheelie are going to run over to this corner, because then in our next double phase, I'm hoping we'll be able to activate Wheelie, and he can get the men, because the sniper's seen these guys and said, hey lads, there's a whole bunch coming up over here, to lob some Mills bombs at him. Even though we won't be able to see him over the wall, we can still lob grenades at him. So we're going to run to make sure we definitely get to that corner and take a point of shock. 8 inches.
So back to the British.
So we just got the 1-6. And we've got a whole bunch of 4s, which normally would be really bad news, but we are British. And we've got superior British paras with superior junior leaders. So that quite clearly is going to be Wheelie, Lucky Ralph, and Murphy.
And we've got 2 1s, haven't we? So
Which would nicely be the Bren team down there
yeah,
and the sniper there.
very good.
So technically that came off because
Yes.
we didn't do any last turn.
So it comes off after the phase, doesn't
It
it?
comes off after the phase, yeah. So it came off at the end of, well, I don't know whether it really matters, at the end or the beginning of our, end of Olaf's last phase, beginning. So they will put the suppressive fire back on there. Just get them to keep their heads down.
Very good.
Lucky Ralph will do what he did before. He's got 3 as a superior leader, so 2 to concentrate fire with the Bren and get the rifleman to fire as will Storm of Steel hitting on 5s. We've got 2 hits and a Storm of Steel, which doesn't give us anything. And then the 2 riflemen pop in another hit. So 3 hits on your guys in the open. Guys in the open down there.
3 hits. Okay.
And we're concentrating on that 2 points of shock. Remember, although that's double the team, they've got their mates within 4, so it's actually 7 figures with 4 shock, which is what won't happen with our Bren team if they take their hits.
Yeah. So next up is the sniper. 1 shot, just needing
3 plus. 4 is a hit. So you're hitting the open from the sniper, Olaf. Scotch, Grupo Esperanto.
6.
6. Another one hits the dirt. We've then got Murphy do concentrated fire down on those guys down there. You do that one, Justin.
Yes.
So 6 dice with Storm of Steel from the Bren at the window up there.
Down onto these guys.
See if we
Jensen.
can hold off these Italians or not. Long range, so 5 or 6s.
No.
Nothing at all.
No.
So Wheelie's got activation on 4, so he's got 3 command initially. So we had a couple of options. We could throw 3 grenades from where we are, but with the big high wall, obviously we can't see where he is, so we have to add 3 to the distance we roll to hit him, because we don't really know where he is over there. So we could have thrown 3 at a longer distance. We could have spent 1 to move up and thrown 2, but what we're going to do is before the unit's activated, we're going to spend 3 chain of command points to reposition the unit 1 inch, which didn't really help us that much, although it's knocked an inch off the distance. And then Wheelie is going to spend his 3 command initiatives to order the section to fire all 3 of their grenades. We are now 5 inches away, in fact 4 inches from the nearest guy.
You're going to need 7.
4 inches plus 3 for going over, so 7. So 8. And it's a 6, so he's landed it bang on. So normally it's 3. With 6 it's 4 effect. Grenades. Plus 1 £5. Can they not reduce cover?
See, this is what I like about chain of command with the grenades. Bolt action doesn't have that. It's kind of all incorporated as part of the close assault. But
yeah,
actually,
but
you're not always going to assault, are you? You want to chuck a grenade through the window or chuck a grenade over a wall.
Yeah.
Like we've just done. I love it. So 4 hits as if you're in the open. Oh, so you got dead and 2 shot. Yeah, 2 shock.
Yeah, 1 dead. 1 dead and 2 points of shock. So that's grenade number 1.
And it's okay just to throw them one at a time?
Yep.
Very
Yeah,
good.
because we might decide the massive screams from the first 2 grenades, we decide we don't want to fire the next one. Okay, grenade number 2 misses. And grenade number 3. I can't have all the fun.
Well, it's not looking good, is it, on a
Big box. Yeah, misses as well.
Ah,
But slowed him down a little bit, and that is the British turn done. Well, he can't do a grenade down there because he's got no leader.
6 means nothing.
5 is another point of chain of command.
so you've got a senior leader.
8 points, or a dice and a whole one.
2 twos.
Senior leader and 2 sections, but no junior leader.
Gruppo Splatore is going to be the jump-off point for a Fucilieri section.
And that costs
That is my 3 points off my command dice.
chain of command. 3 points of
So
chain of
that's
command,
already
yeah.
taken off there, and that's the 2-point activation for
the
them.
section itself, the group itself.
So they're
Right,
basically
so where
going
do they
to
want to deploy?
well
Right up against the wall.
right up against the wall and post hand grenades over.
You can't do the hand grenades because that's got to be a junior leader to activate to do the grenades. So you probably only get to there. So do you want to wrap around the wall like
wrap
that?
around as much as.
Have you got a leader for this lot? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I've got 10
Yeah,
Fusilleri down
leader
here.
coming up. I just want to check which one it is before I put it on the table. That would be Karolak.
Karolak has scouted forward.
There's Karolak with that lot.
He used the scout team to find a way through the light woods and he's right up against that wall.
Machine gun unit firing off at
You've got 2. He fires both of them. Activate the section.
Yeah. Might as well, yes. Do the whole lot.
So you'll get 5 from that one.
Yep.
It's a Brady machine gun. Because it's 2 activates the section. So
Yes.
it's a whole lot. And then you get 5 from there
Minus.
with 4 points of shock, losing 1 for every 2.
So that's 3.
3. And again, we know it's long range, so it's 5s or 6s to hit.
1.
1 hit. We are in hard cover there because we deployed so they couldn't be seen. It was far from the other directions causing us problems. And it's still a point of shock.
Okay, so the sneaky Italians have made it up to the wall. Let's see what the British can do in reply. So the 6 is nothing. Point of chain of command, 2, 2, 2, 2. So we can do those into 4s if we wanted to, or just fire the
Okay,
sections.
so we're going to start with Wheelie, who's going to single-handedly hold this villa, I think. So we've combined 2 2s to give a 4, so it's going to give him 3 orders as a superior leader. So he's going to take a point of shock off. He's going to order the rifle team to fall back onto the supply canister, which with 11 inches is more than enough to fall back onto the supply canister. Now the reason we've fallen back onto the supply canister is because grenades have limited ammo. But you can use a replen point to redo it or use a jump off point. So we roll that dice and on a 4+, we can refresh our grenades. There are no grenades in that supply canister, but we do have another one just there, fortunately. And then he's fallen back enough that he's now within 6 of the Bren team, so he can use his 3rd and final order to put suppressive fire down on these guys.
Put it back on.
Again.
Yeah, very good.
Then we're going to spend a 2 to activate the section up here, although they're not actually doing anything, it's just the Bren gun, so if you want to do those just in long range again. 5s or 6s.
And 6 dice.
Yep. He's got some hits now.
2 6s.
2 hits. You've got soft cover there, Olaf, so 4 or 5 shots, 6 is kill. Ooh, shock and a kill.
Ouch.
See if it's a leader. There's no marksman firing at them, so it's just a normal 1 for 1 hit.
No.
6.
No, so just 1 Fucilieri gun. And then finally on a 2, Lucky Ralph's section is going to see if we can finish off those last 2 guys in the open before they get any better ideas. So 6 for the Bren, 2 for the rifles, long range. We've managed 1, 2 hits. Shame we didn't get Storm of Steel there. But you are in the open, so 5s or 6s are kills, 1s or 2s are nothing at all.
Wow. Can the Italians pull back?
Another set command rolls like we've had recently.
So that's a nothing. Point of chain of command. Then a junior leader and 2 sections.
I'm going to activate the junior leader over there to post hand grenades over the wall at the people who so rudely interrupted my...
They threw them from there.
So I think the shortest distance is 4 inches. So again, it's 4 plus 3 for a high obstacle. Plus the Italian hand grenades had impact fuses, so they were wildly inaccurate and had to be landed literally at a guy's feet to do it, which adds another 1. So it's going to be 8. So grenade number 1, 8 or more.
10.
Bang with a 6 is an extra effect, so it's normal 3 plus 1 for the 6 against the paras who, oh dear, 1 shock and 2 dead. Grenade number 2 misses. Double 1 to finish it off, land it at your feet.
No.
Yes!
No!
So that would be 3 dice against yourself in the open, Olaf. So one of the Italians, he didn't get it over the wall.
I can't believe you called it.
Don't say these things before I roll.
And that kills 3 Italians.
Oh.
So see if, well, let's do us first. 2 were killed in the British team. Is one of them wheelie? No, it's not, but we have lost 2 paras to grenades. But one of the Italians dropped the grenade at his feet and has killed 3. Is one of those Karalak? Is he going to be very upset? Oh, he is. So 2 dead Italians, and see what happens to Karalak. 6. He's been wounded. The shame, wounded by your own grenade, Karalak.
Force morale for Karalak being wounded.
3 is a point of force morale.
The Italians are down to 8. The British are still on 9, hanging in there.
Going to take a pot shot at the paras over there.
The Grey Wolf machine gun team yet?
It's deployed down there. Unfortunately, only one of the machine guns can get clear line, but Olaf's happy with that. It's quite clearly long range. So 5 dice for the Braider, 5s or 6s.
1.
5.
1 hit, but I am in the open from that angle. There are guys in the open, but no effect on Overwatch of this window. So we shall immediately, go on Justin, put a Bren back at it.
6 shots.
I think it's long range, I would have thought. Yeah, it's long, so 5s or 6s.
2 hits.
2 hits. You're really going to be in the open, I think.
2 and 3.
Shot. Yeah, and from that window, there's no trees in the way, so...
So there we go, point of shock. And that is the
Nope,
Italian... Oh, you still got those.
And
Sturts might be
again with
wounded, but
these
yeah.
guys, which is again 8 dice in total.
Yep.
3,
Oh, there's quite a few there. What's that?
3, 2.
6.
Yeah, 6.
Okay, so it'll be 3 on the Bren team. Is in hard cover as a point of shock on the Bren team. And on the rifle team is a point of shock on the rifle team.
So slowly building up shock
Which is
again.
hardly surprising. Lucky Ralph's caught a bit of a crossfire between the section behind him, section in front of him, and a tank on his flank, while everyone else is dug in the building.
Okay, back to the British.
Double phase.
Oh, probably
So point of
needed
chain
that.
of command, Olaf. Point of
for
chain of
us.
command for us.
1, 1 and a 3.
3. So I think we probably want to pop the sniper. Might as well have a pot shot on these guys. They're dangerously close, but maybe he's up in the roof or something. We don't know exactly where he is. Wheelie's men could come back and see if they can find some more grenades. And then, where's the best bit of fire to go? I think probably Lucky Ralph.
It's got to keep going, isn't
Keep going down here, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's pick go right up against him.
Okay, so first up the sniper, hitting on a 4+.
3+.
3+.
You still missed.
2.
Okay, then Wheelie's men are going to jog 2 dice over to the other supply canister. No, they're not, because it's... Oh no, they are just. That's good. It's that way round.
And you can roll it this time. See if there's any more grenades in there. They're desperate to find
So
the grenades.
do we-
The last canister had rifles in.
Are we got grenades in there, or is it full of red barrows again? It has, so they're resupplied with 3 grenades. And then finally, Lucky Ralph, feeling less lucky, he's going to take a point of shock off the rifle team to keep that shock under control, and then he's going to activate them to fire down there. I think losing that point of shock and keep them under control is better than having the storm of steel on the Bren.
Got to keep them in it.
5s or 6s. Oh, shame you weren't close range, just 2. But it is all on those guys in the open still. Don't forget, Olaf, we've been forgetting before you roll those, and you should have done it before we fired actually. Don't forget, you've always got the option to hit the dirt and go tactical.
I did forget about that.
Obviously, then if you're going to keep firing, then they're going to keep losing their tactical every time they get back up again. But so it's a little bit out of sequence, but if you want to do that,
I would prefer that, yes.
yeah. So
If I can, why not?
technically, it's the whole section goes onto it. So you spend 3 chain of command points, and everyone hits the dirt because they don't actually know where the fire's coming from. So spend your 3 chain of command points.
It's down to 4. Oh no. Yeah, 4.
Yeah, 4. And then they're in soft cover rather than the open. So nothing at all. Wouldn't have been anything even if they were standing up. But it was a double phase for the British. No, not another double phase, unfortunately. It's 2 points of chain of command. It's up to a full dice.
And that's not bad, though, is it? 3, 3 and a 4.
4, no, that's quite nice. Start with Lucky Ralph then. So Lucky Ralph is going to take a point of shock off the Bren team for 1, and then he's going to order them to fire at the guys in the open. They're still in the open, although they are tactical. 3 hits that time.
Oh,
2
dead.
kills.
Is one of them the...
Is one of them.
He's already wounded, isn't he?
He is already wounded, but he can still be hit again. Remember, with a -1, so 1, 2, or 3 he's hit. So just one of them is dead, which maybe wasn't what we wanted. So one of them is dead, leaving the machine gun. And then see what happens as the marksman in there for the British Paras picks out poor old Sturts again. 3, he is stunned. Aliens. 3 is another point of force morale for the Italians.
Puts you down to 7, doesn't it?
Yeah, we can spend that full chain of command dice to take a point of force morale off him with the ticking clock if we want to. So I think Wheelie, he'll get that Bren team to keep putting suppressive. Do we want to worry about that suppressive fire or not? Yeah, because I think it might save them. Keeps them honest, doesn't it? I think it's more effective than actually firing for effect there. So that's 1, and then his second order is to have them. I think we'll risk jogging over that way.
So 2d6.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
9 inches.
9 -1, 8. Get some back over here. So we're a bit outnumbered if they do come over the wall. We've got the option of throwing some grenades again. And then finally Murphy. So he's going to activate the Bren team here to put some effective fire on Jensen and his men. So do you want to do that, Justin?
Yes. 6 shots.
6 dice. Long range, 5s or 6s.
Nothing.
Nothing at all. Then he's going to activate the other Bren team, which we spent our support point to upgrade that 3rd section, to do concentrated fire on that 1 team there. Which is 5s or 6s, but the storm still nothing at all.
No, that's it for the British over the Italians. Double phase, that's good. Senior leader, junior leader, and
a team.
Yes.
So, the Italians have decided that Qaulifified is going to hop over the wall with his riflemen.
Yep.
And assault the British Paras.
And
And the tank is going to fire its machine guns at the team.
Yeah, should we do the tank first because that's the easy bit, and then we can work out the close combat.
That was 6 plus 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, long range, 5s or 6s.
6 plus 2. 3.
So we're doing one at a time because there's just the one guy in the open. So the first one misses, the second one puts a point of shock on, and the third one puts a point of shock on. So go over the wall. And it puts you within 4, so you will have to engage in close combat. Whether you fancy that or not.
Avanti Savoia.
Oh, yeah. No, because you've used your grenades up.
Oh crap, okay. Still?
Yes. The Italians have Avanti Savoia, which is like the German Handgranaten, but having thrown all his grenades at himself earlier, he hasn't got any left to throw at us. Right, let's work it out. And not including leaders. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Italians and 4 British.
Okay.
You then add 1 dice per leader order. We've got a junior leader with 2 orders. You've got a wounded junior leader, so 1 order. Each 2 dice of firepower of supporting units. There are no supporting units. Those should be units within 4 that are not within 4 of the attacking unit and can choose whether they just add in supporting fire or not.
Wouldn't my group was platoon?
No, because they can't fire.
Ah.
Because they've not got line of fire and they're not within 4 of us. No one is elite, no one is green. D6 of vis. I'm going to say it's D6 of visible movement, but you've spent your entire phase coming out. Yes, I don't think there is any. You just literally have looped over at us. Every 2 shock, we've only got 1 shock. Have we got, just the 1 shock. Each submachine gun or assault rifle, you haven't got any. We have got 1 with the platoon sergeant and 1 in the section. No defenders LMGs. No defender LMGs. No suppressive fire. We're in no cover. So the last thing, which isn't on there, is that we are aggressive, which I don't know if I missed somewhere. British paras are aggressive in close combat. We've got 8 dice. You've probably got about 10. 9.
Aggressive gives Storm of Steel.
And we've got Storm of Steel. So 5 are shot, 6 is a kills. So you're the attacker. You should always roll first.
Oh.
1 does nothing. 3.
It's the 5s and 6s.
Yeah, get rid of. So it will be 2 shock and 1 kill on the British. And then back on the Italians. Oh dear. 3 shock, 2 kills, and we're aggressive. So we'll have those 2 6s again as Storm of Steel, which is another one, which is still Storm of Steel. No. So that is 3 dead Italians. So let's do. So the Italians will take 3 shock, and we'll take 2 shock. So I've got some shock here. So that was the Italians on 3 shock, and we will take 2 more. So we also end up on 3 shock. The Italians have then got 1 6. So let's see if that is Wheelie as he leads his heroic defence. No, it's not. So it's just 1 dead British. And then 3 dead Italians to see if one of those is Qaulifified as he leads the assault over the wall. It's not. So it's 3 dead Italians. So that means the Italians have lost by 2. So they fall back 9 inches facing the enemy. So they'll fall back the way they came over to here. And then they're only 1 team, so that 1 team takes an extra point of shock, taking up to 4 shock with 6 men, including Qaulifified. So they've been thrown back, but that was a gutsy move.
Could have paid off.
My slightly jammy dice rolling could have been
You
a lot
almost
worse
would
for
have
the
been
British.
better off keeping the grenades for that, wouldn't he?
It doesn't. I don't.
Then he might not drop 20.
I don't think it makes a lot of difference. Yeah, it's. The difference is he rolls a d6 and then takes stuff off. So the fact it's assaulting over the wall means I think he probably takes 2 off it.
Okay.
And then it's effectively, I think it's effectively like a d3 roll for how many grenades go in. So yes, he would have removed the risk of doing it, but he could have equally rolled a 3 and ended up with no grenades hitting anyway. So and at the same time, if he hadn't killed 2 of us with the grenade earlier, he might have not decided to go into the assault because it wouldn't have looked quite so favourable.
Yeah.
But it's been lost the combat.
He has been pushed back, but no force morale for either side because no leaders were wounded, no one got broken or and no one's been pinned by it. So
very good.
Chipping away, and that could have been decisive.
And so it's back to the British.
It is back to the British.
Okay, so Olaf's aggressive stance almost paid off, but let's see what the British can do in reply. So 2 points of chain of command. A 6 is nothing. We've got a senior leader, a 1 and a 2. Okay, so with the 1 we've put it on a sniper because we're just going to have another pop
He's going to
shot.
have a pop shot at Qaulifified's team. Keep them
So let's see.
withdrawing.
3.
It's a hit. So you'll hit as if you're in the open, Olaf, 'cause it's a sniper. 1, no effect.
They're still too busy running back.
Right, I think what Wheelie's going to do is he's going to knock a point of shock off. He's being a superior leader. He's going to push the men up to the wall again, which 11 is plenty to get right up to the wall. And then with our final chain of command order, we're going to lob a single grenade at that section, which they're only 2 inches away. So +3 is 5. 10, bang, lands in among that Gruppo Esperante, Olaf. So 3 dice in the open from the grenade.
Oh, 1 dead.
1 to 5, what did you get? Just was it 5?
6. Okay, so because of the 3, that gives another
Point of shot, takes him up to 3 shot with 2 men and pins down that Gruppo there. And then finally, on a 2, it's going to be, who's in there? Murphy's men. They're going to put a Bren gun down there and a Bren gun down there. So you want to do that, Justin? So
Yeah.
5s or 6s, Bren gun against Jensen's section in the Olive Grove.
oh, 3 6s.
3 hits on Jensen's section. They are in soft cover in the Olive Grove. I keep calling it Olive Grove, Vineyard.
But
Nothing
they
at
don't
all.
mind that at all.
And then, before you roll these dice, we've got Bren down there against that team. Well, it's the whole section. They have the option to go to ground if they want to,
They are going to.
using up 3 of your chain of command points. So they have gone tactical.
It's down to 1.
Because technically you have to do it before. You can't wait to see whether our shot was naff. Now if Justin misses with all of them,
Which I do.
which he does, you've still been forced to spend the chain of command point.
If you just say the lottery numbers, that'd be very
It
good.
would be good, wouldn't it? Maybe it worked like
There
that.
we go, so British done. Back to the Italians.
The Italians are happy to keep pushing their attack at the moment.
Yeah, it's still in it.
Kind of tempted to say, with the 2 leaders over there both injured and out
Yeah,
of it, it might be a good
I think
idea
that was your chance.
Yeah,
I think pushing it now. Right, so you're going to choose to withdraw before you roll your command dice.
I
Then.
think I am.
So the Italians are choosing to withdraw from the battlefield beforehand. So the first thing we have to do is find the right page in. So at the moment we're still using at the sharp end 1. Hopefully at the sharp end 2's out fairly soon. We're not expecting huge changes. So we're going to do the end process using this. But if it's massively different, before we do our next game, we might redo the end process.
And hopefully it'll be out by the next game, won't it?
It should be out by the next game. Or involuntarily.
Yes.
So the first thing is any of your troops that are not pinned, so if they're within 12 of a jump off point, they retire safely. So you can take them off the table.
All of these guys can come off
Yeah,
safely.
so take them
All of those apart from the pinned, isn't it?
Yeah,
Apart
so,
from the scout team.
so
So
yeah.
it's pretty much
So
everyone
all
apart
of
from
these
the pinned.
guys, we'll just group them over here for now. They've all retired safely. It doesn't matter how much shock they've got on them. They've all, because they've been near enough. So you can also, something to be aware of, I probably should mention before we start, obviously you can risk yourself getting cut off as well from your jump off point. So it doesn't matter about the shock or the stuns or anything like that. So, see whether they get away safely. You roll a dice for each man. On a 1 or a 2, they get captured. A 3 or 4, they're dispersed. Or 5 or 6, they retire safely.
Individually.
Well, yeah, it's two guys.
2 guys, okay. 2 and a 5.
So one of them's been taken prisoner, so that effectively counts as a kill. The other guy has retired safely. So one of them crept off, and the other one got captured by the British before the escape. Yeah, sorry, he's a separate guy. Okay, the British hold the
My
battlefield.
tank.
It's fine, yeah.
Okay.
It's within 12 of a jump-off marker, effectively. The table, it just turns around and withdraws. Right, so we missed the chance to knock his force morale down with that 6, which would have been helpful.
Yeah.
So the British have lost 4 men. So the first thing we do is we look at the difference between force morale. So you finished on a force morale of 8. You only lose 1 point. You lost 2 points in the end, didn't you? Yeah. 7 to 9. So 2 of our guys automatically recover just by the fact we hold the battlefield. Then we've lost 2 men. So one of them is killed in action, never to return. And I've got a little tally sheet here. So the British paras take 1 killed in action and 1 wounded in action who will miss the next game the British paras play.
Okay.
So the Italians,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9 men. So you will have 4 killed in action. 4 killed in action, 3 miss the next game, and 2. And then we're going to do it on these, although it doesn't count for the campaign, it's going to count for casualties. So there's 5 of them, so 2 are dead, and what happens to the rest don't matter. But the dead matters, you don't need to note it down anyway, it's just for the next bit. So what we now do is we do the rest of the post-game. So the first thing we're actually going to do, so no leaders have been wounded twice in a game. Yes, Stuart's got wounded twice, didn't he? He got wounded and then stunned.
Yeah.
So he would just need to make a note on him that he's wounded.
There we go.
And that means he will miss the next game. So the next game that we play, you will get a replacement for him. One of the men in section will get promoted,
Okay.
but he will only have 1 order and a command distance of 3 inches because he's not quite as good. But then after that, Sturts will be back from hospital or the aid station. We haven't had any senior leaders killed. No prisoners of war. Well, there is one, but it only matters prisoners of war. If they're NCOs or officers, they can have a go at escaping. Awards for bravery. Was that heroic enough? He wasn't successful, so I don't think it was heroic enough there for Qaulifified for award for bravery. If he maybe got in, that might have been worth an award for bravery. No one else had done something. So automatically awards for bravery are things like leading an attack on a tripod weapon, destroying an armoured vehicle with a handheld charge, single-handedly manning a support weapon and destroying a vehicle or defeating an infantry attack, leading an attack in close combat which defends a numerically stronger enemy in defensive positions, which that wasn't, and rescuing junior wounded leaders, prisoners of war escaping, or anything else we consider, which I think it was close, but probably not quite close enough.
Especially because it says against superior numbers.
Yeah, that's superior numbers in a defensive position and winning, and that was both inferior numbers and unsuccessful. So we now need to start the post-game tracking. So the first thing we need to do is, say, if you both grab some dice, and I'll tell you what to roll. So the CO's opinion. So Justin, roll 1 dice after a victory for the CO's opinion. On a 3, it increases by 1. So our CO's opinion has gone from 0 to +1. No draw. Olaf, you've had a defeat, so roll a dice.
Coming up.
And on a 6, your CO wasn't impressed by that, so his opinion goes down by 2 to a -3. So that goes to a -3, and that means your support has dropped to a -1. So you have 1 less point of support going forward because your CO. He thought you should have cleared those scattered paras away. He wasn't impressed with that. The men's opinion. If you lost more men dead than the enemy, you did, because effectively you lost a total of 6 men dead, Olaf, in your force. So roll a dice. 4. On a 4, the men's opinion drops by 1, so your men's opinion's gone down to -2 so far. If you lost fewer men dead than the enemy, we did indeed, Justin, so roll a dice. 1, the men's opinion remains unchanged. No one lost an NCO killed. You did, however, Olaf, take very heavy casualties, which is 5 or more men dead.
1.
A 1, the men's opinion decreases by another -1, so down to a -3. And we took light casualties, only 2 or fewer men dead. 5, the men's increases by 1, so our men's opinion. So our men's opinion is now +2, which doesn't do anything. Olaf's has dropped to -3, which is a -1 force morale modifier. So they weren't The CO thought you should have done better. The men were a bit upset about how many casualties you took.
Yes.
And then finally, the CO's outlook. So after a victory, Justin roll 1 dice.
6.
6. We go from cheerful to 1 space horizontally to the right. So we've gone from cheerful to merry.
Spiffing. Tally ho.
Yeah, although it has gone green, so he's clearly drinking a little bit more than normal. Okay, celebrating success, but this might be a bit of a problem if it carries on. And Olaf, you've had a loss.
4.
4. It goes down vertically, so he was content. He's dropped to thoughtful. He's now a bit thoughtful about how things are going. He was quite happy. And now the British have landed and he thought he should have cleared them off, and he's a bit thoughtful about it. Now, but both of those are still in. I need to get my thing out. I think neither of those are in any effect, but my printed version is not a very good copy. End of that.
Yep.
The Paras have managed to hold the villa as a rally point and drove the Italians back. That has been deemed by somewhere farther up, has really cheered them up in the British command, but it has increased the men's opinion and the CO's opinion of how the operation is going. They're quite happy so far. They've obviously heard over the radio that the Paras have secured their position and regrouped, which has cheered them up. However, the Italians, that was a little bit of a knock to them. The men's opinion, those heavy casualties, they didn't like that. And the CO wasn't very impressed that they didn't sweep those Paras away. So they've dropped to thoughtful, ready for the next campaign game.
So there we go. We'll
Do we need a man of the match?
I think we do, yeah.
Wheelie?
He held it off, didn't he? Those grenades.
Corporal Wheelie.
Scared them enough that they dropped a grenade on the feet and blew themselves. So, yeah, so I think Wheelie. So today's battle, Wheelie, you are today's man of the match. Well done.
You held the villa.
Yes, there we go. But hopefully you enjoyed watching it. Give us a thumbs up and leave a comment. We will be progressing in the next battle to the second battle.
Need some railway for the next one. Have you got railway?
I've got railway, yeah.
I've also got.
You got some railway.
Okay, so yeah, so this will be a railway section next. But there we go. Thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you all again soon.